the Consulates Cup in his fucking sumo thing that he put out. I don't know if you watched the. I mean, you said you watched the whole thing, but
Yeah,
there were some shots of Consulates Cup, and I was like, hey,
yeah. He had shots of
even my
concerts.
fat ass in the blue shorts
Mm.
behind. I was like back there. I think I was walking to get into a match. I was like, oh, it was fucking great. And
How awesome is Raijin Sumo's location for Keiko? That I can tell that sand,
dude,
it's a lot tighter. Like we've got the volleyball court, but that's like volleyball court
I
sand,
don't
like
know why they
dig
got
down.
baseball because I used to play baseball. That is
Yeah.
a fantastic spot.
Is perfect. It's the right density, and I mean that's literally like the one like national. So North Carolina really does have
I'm gonna
a
look
great
around
setup.
here. I know there's some little league shit. Jessica talked about it too. Like, why don't we fucking think of that? And it makes no sense. And then there's a little loose sand on it. If it's well kept, there's a little loose sand on the top.
Yep.
But it's hard because people are gonna run on it because like baseball players use cleats and shit.
Yeah.
So, god damn, I don't know why my brain never came up with that. Welcome to Lone Star Sumo, guys. Me and Justin here. We're just talking about random crap as usual. How much of that I'm gonna keep in. Uh, but we're going to talk about something very, very important here. It's going to cause ripples between me and Justin. It's going to cause real problems. So right after our little intro here, stay tuned for me and Justin to talk about Oshoryu's new Mawashi and if it's actually teal or blue.
This oh this is very serious. This is very it's like that one dress meme, like what color is the dress?
Dude, seriously, like I was like he was talking about when he switched in the first day in his new breakfast and a Basho, which is really great, where
It's
he'll
fun.
just sit with Justin and he talks about live. It's like watching with your friends. It's kind of fun, like watching
Yeah.
a Basho with your friends, because like most of us we have to watch it just by ourselves when we have time. But you're sitting there watching it, and Hashuri changed, and he was like, "Oh, it's a teal," and I was like, "No, it's a blue." And he was like, "No, there's some green in there." I'm telling you, if there's green in there, it's like a drop of green. You're wrong. This is blue.
No,
There's like
no.
not enough green there to call that a teal color. There's just
I'm
no way.
gonna someone pull you know what? I'm gonna pull up a square of teal, a little like a JPEG of teal, and put it right next to and put the color blue on the other
There's just
side of
not
him.
enough color. There's just not enough green that to call that a teal color. Like it's got to have a little bit more tint of the teal. Like I mean, a
Who
little bit
knows
more
it?
tint of green to be fucking a teal. That is definitely
You might
blue.
need
In fact,
to
I think it's mainly blue and white to make it like a light blue.
you might
Teal.
need to up the contrast on your computer.
Oh,
Because mine's toned to really like brilliant colors because I do graphic design. So I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a I'm seeing teal.
I've seen blue. I have to edit colors and stuff. I have to do that. What do you think
Oh
I do
no.
to edit? You gotta work with colors.
I'm gonna Photoshop a screenshot of him and put true teal and put true blue, and then we can let the audience decide.
All right, audience, you can decide is his washi a blue or a teal?
Leave a comment down
Leave
below.
comments down below. We want to know what you think. All right, so this was what I thought was a really fun boss show. It was a little
It was.
anticlimactic, but I really did. Not everybody liked it because some people get really mad when the top guys underperform. I always
No,
find
no,
those like
no.
some of the
It was
most exciting.
refreshing. It was
Yeah, I
very
like it.
refreshing.
I like it, but normally online, I had to get off of Facebook after a while. Normally online, people just start screaming about how, oh well, this batch of top guys
Ozekis and shit.
are just crap, and I'm like, I don't think there's as much crap as like people are getting good. This happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, and I think I had said it when I said it yesterday or today. I don't know, somewhere on that on the breakfast thing. That like this was exciting for the fact that like it really shows the hunger of those probably about to, because I mean what we've got Mitakayumi, who was Kadoban and flopped. We got Shodai, who is now Kadoban, and we can talk about this because he always does this. He's like that kid that crams before a test and then somehow skates by. I
Yeah,
have a I have a feeling he's gonna turn on his Shodai thing, skate by with 10 wins next Basho
he's
to
probably. I
save
bet
his
he'll
ass.
skate by with 8. I know he's gonna get 8 wins and just
How
barely make.
many do you need to
You need
get?
8 after Carbon. You need
Then
10.
it's probably eight.
He needs 10 now that he lost it. Because if you lose Ozeki, you have one more chance to regain it
Right.
by getting 10 wins. So now that he lost it, if like lost it, not Carbon, but lost it this time.
But he wasn't Kadoban
He
this.
was. He was actually Carbon. He
Oh
got
my god, I didn't know that. That changes everything.
yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
he was still they still considered him Carbon because last time he was Carbon, but he had to sit out because of COVID. So they just decided to transfer
Oh.
that over. Or this is my understanding. No one actually came out officially from JSA and said that, but everybody was like, "Yeah, we're pretty sure that they're going to just carry it over. They're not going to just give them a free 8 wins for that." So
Uh
they
so
just like
both Mitakayumi and Shodai were Kadoban.
no, just Shodai. I mean, just Mitakayumi. Shodai
Oh,
was not.
oh, I would no. That's what I was only talking about Shodai.
I was talking about Mitakayumi needs to get
Oh, we were
on the next one. Okay,
sorry
so we're
guys.
confused. Okay, all right, all
Oh,
right. So for those who don't know, Tamawashi won this sucker. I would like to know if he's the oldest to ever win a U show at 37. 37 is old to win a U show. I don't think anyone's. I
no.
even think Hakaho was, I think, just 36 when he retired, right? Am I wrong?
Yep.
So like
But
that was a 36. Tamawashi's got a 37.
I mean, Tamawashi's still looking good.
And no, he's
He
still.
is he and we he has so many different aliases. I mean, he is the wrecker of dreams. He is
Rest in dreams.
the blocker of the cock. He is he is all the things. He is, and I call him Mr. Not Today. Like, cause every time you think you're gonna win, he's just like, not today, sir. I
Yeah.
you know, it, and this is his second U show.
Second, yeah. Isn't that
Wow.
impressive?
And in his later years, I want to say like in the last 2 years.
Yeah. It's weird that he's been around for so long and then got his 2 shows now. It gives me hope for the guy who should have, in my opinion, won this one if he hadn't fallen the last day, Takayasu. I really think
Uh that kind of hurt my heart.
it did. I wanted him to do it.
That
I
hurt
know
my
it's hard to
heart.
beat someone twice in a day, but he didn't even get the first one.
But Tamawashi was really smart. He was really smart.
On
He
fire.
knows that Takayasu hits that blast with his right. He hits a blast with his right arm. So what did Tamawashi do? Hit him on his left. Because if he's coming in hard like this, go to the other side and just caught him in the pit. Boom, got him up. And then as soon as Takayasu dropped that weight back down, fucking Tamawashi swiped him. That one didn't work, but it did get him to his side. And then he just kept on and he kept up, constantly pummeling into that right hand side. I'm sorry, into Tamawashi's right, but Takayasu's left. It was Tamawashi just had really good, smart sumo, and I think that just comes with age and the fact that he's
Yeah,
fought these guys for years.
he
So
wrestles like people think of veterans. When people think of veteran athletes, that's the way he wrestles. You think of veterans being like, you think of veterans like losing a step of speed and strength, but like they gain so much
in precision
experience and knows how
and
to get where they're
timing,
supposed to be that they
yes,
they wrestle fucking better
it
sometimes.
was smart sumo. It
That's
was
I do love athletes that do that. It's honestly not. You have to have some brain power because it doesn't happen too often where great athletes keep going in their later years. Because A, you have to stay healthy, and B, you have to have the kind of mind to understand and completely learn stuff. And it
yeah.
happens in sports, and when it does, like there's a baseball player, Albert Pujols, who just the fourth person to join the 700 career home run club just recently because he just stayed around a long time and knew how to hit. He just knew how to hit the ball. He's not as strong and as fast as he used to be, He's not as fantastic, but he still knows how to read the pitch and hit the ball out the park. So
Yeah.
he got to 700, and you're like, fuck yeah, that's
We are here on Sake&Sumo. We are champions of the wily old
the
vets.
wily old man. I like those guys. I wonder
For some reason, I don't know.
why. Okay, I have some disappointments.
Okay.
We're gonna do a little bit like we used to do in Sake and Sumo when we're talking about our disappointments, wrestlers, and then we go on to the things we loved.
I've got a few. I've
I
got a
got
few.
a couple of disappointments. The first one was Oho
How did I know you were gonna say that?
because I
Hey.
mean, it felt like most of this tournament was people who started off bad and ended up doing good, or
Yes.
started off good and ended up doing bad. And Oho's the one that hurt me. Not just that he did bad, but he didn't even get his 8. He lost today to
Almost on a today on a 7-7. Yeah.
he lost to I think Ura because Ura he tried to it was pretty smart. He tried to do a pull on Ura, but he didn't have enough room to pull it off.
Yeah. He ran out of runway and it would have he hung on for dear life.
Yeah.
Literally.
But yeah, it hurt me because I think he started 5-0, and I didn't think he would show anything, but I thought he would have a double-digit win. I really thought he'd have like
a great first week. A great first week. And then just trickled off. And it was just one upset after another. Yeah, I watching this Basho, I just every time I would intently watch Oho just for like and think about you and was just like, I know Caleb's not happy with this one.
Yeah, he still needs to have that click. Well, I said it's going to take him a couple years. He's going to have a slow climb. It's not
and it's
Oshoru or Bakutai. It's a slow climb for him.
Yes. And that's fine. I think he now this Basho, I think he has staying power in the top level. We'll see if he sticks around. I mean, like and maybe he, like you said, he may not be the shining Wakataka Kages, the Shoryus, but I think he has enough staying power, like guys like Takada Fuji and stuff like that, like who just or Okinomi. Well, Okinomi did drop, but like Takada Fuji, he's not amazing. Like a lot of his sumo is forgettable, but dude's been paid. He's stayed at that top level for so long.
Yeah, I think one day I don't think it will happen until he's like maybe in his late 20s, maybe not even until he's like 30 or something. I think he's gonna get to second wake. I think he's gonna get that far. I don't know if he'll stay up there for a long time.
Yeah,
there's a lot of guys who, like you said, have staying power, and they got the Komusubi or second wake for a short time, maybe a year or so, and then
they float into the mid Maigashita's, and then maybe they get Komusubi. Oh wow, look, he's back there, and then float back down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to be. It's just going to take him a little while because it's not a physical thing. He's physically impressive as hell. He's just mentally, he's not always aggressive as he should be, and his skills are there but not there. I don't know how to explain it better than that. Like he has a lot of the down, but wily people fucking will get him because he doesn't know how to deal with those guys.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I think of Oho, and the other guy was right there next to him, and I'm afraid I don't think he'll drop out, but he'll probably drop to the bottom, and that's Ichi Yamamoto, who also started off really well, going like I think 6-2 or something, and then suddenly had like 6 or 7 losses in a row. I think he ended up with 9 losses. He won the day, but that's awful. I don't know why he had a drop like that, because he's so technically sound. It just drives me nuts when those kind of guys lose.
You got to think about. I mean, it's 15 days. It's a mental marathon.
It is. That's a good point.
Mental marathon. And if these kids are not, they come out hot in that first week and giving it all they got, and then it starts to take a toll on you in the second week, and it really does show in their sumo. And again, it just takes time. It's unfortunate that he is so low of a my gosh, it's where he doesn't have a cushion. So he'll probably and with so many dudes that had bad losses and they were under, they're under my gosh at a 10, and then also dudes over 10 my gosh at a 10 that had bad losses. that's really, I mean, I like they've got a really hard time making a Banzuke for the next tournament because there's going to be a lot of people who they're probably not going to show mercy to, and because they've got to make room for these top guys in Jurio. Jurio has some serious contenders
Yeah.
that are ready to bump up. And I
So I
mean,
don't know how it's going to end up. I'm going to watch Grand Sumo Breakdown and listen to Ryan's. He's pretty good at deciding on that kind of stuff. So I'm going to watch that because I don't know how. I have no idea on this one how it's going to end up. The bottom of Magashira and the top of Jurio. I don't know how they're going to work it this time.
yeah.
Of like, because a lot of times you and I talk about there's a lot of 7-7s on the last day, right? Except there wasn't this time. I think there was like
There was
two or three.
two.
There was two. There
Yeah.
wasn't like 5 or 6 where we're like, oh sweet, oh awesome.
No.
There were guys with lots of losses and lots of wins. There wasn't a lot of in between.
Yeah. Not much in between. Yeah.
No, it was a little disappointing on that thing. Even though I enjoyed the Basho, that's probably another part. Besides Takakeisho just losing, that's probably another part that why this felt anticlimactic to such a good Basho. Is because you and I talk about all the time. Those 7-7s on the last day are intense battles,
Yes.
and even for professional sumos who give it their all every day, suddenly they find this little fucking extra on the 7-7s.
Yep.
That's so exciting. They just like, how did they pull that little extra out? They just find it somewhere.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. There was only 2, but
I have
those
one.
are my disappointments, Justin.
I have one. I have because you nailed Oho. I have one, and it is for the newcomer up in the top level. Mitoryu.
Yeah.
He had the fire engine reddish orange Mawashi.
Yeah.
It was a bit orange, but leaning towards
that color. It was a red and orange kind of like fire look to it. I kind of liked it.
I mean, it was a gorgeous Mawashi. But I dug in and I think actually Ari was the one who told me he is in. I did not know this, but he is in a Bea of 1.
Yeah, I've heard something about that.
Like, how do you?
I heard that there was 2 people and one person got hurt, and so now it's just him. And
yeah.
I'm like,
how do you have cake? Like, you just make meals for yourself, and then you just go hit yourself.
I guess you can at least cook for a shit ton of guys. It's just,
hats off to make at least saying hats off to him for making it to the top level in such a dire situation. Like it's him and his late 60-year-old Oyakata.
it's surprised they've hung on because most of the time when people get down to like 2 or 3 people in their Bea, that's usually when they sell it and you have a combine of 2. Like
yeah.
And I don't know.
Hey, America, there's an open spot for you. Dang. You don't have to cook for a whole lot of people. That guy, Mitoryu, seems like a very nice guy, so he probably won't be, hazing you. You might get a whole room to yourself. You don't have a whole room.
Probably try to convince Jordan over in Florida, like, dude, you're about to graduate after this year.
Jordan,
I know college is important, but let's go.
Kyle Farrader, get out of there. I even heard and little birdie told me even Edobo might want to join a stable.
That would be really cool.
I know, right?
He's really
one
good.
of the short guys, like one of the and then I would just like to imagine him getting, like putting on some weight, like, but with that speed skill, I would be very excited.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are 3 American potentials. And who knows who's out there these days, but America, there's an open stable.
It's been years. I think 2019, the last guy retired from America. 2018, 19, somewhere around there.
Wakaichiro, and then the other guy, I forget his name, but it's high time we get an American in there. I mean, damn, Ukraine's got a guy in there. Shishi, geez Louise.
Yeah,
come on, America.
We just want to root for our country again. We were the first. We were the first to do well, foreigner-wise, in sumo.
Whoever you are, we're obviously going to be fans. Come on. America. Side note, look at my beautiful shirt. to wear that today. A
I
little
just
lone
did
star.
a random sumo shirt, no clubs. I should have put on
Woo.
a club, but I just did the regular sumo. This is actually one of my favorites, though. I don't know why. I love
Oh,
the 70s
look at that
feel
awesome.
of the sumo.
Yeah,
Nice
it's
color.
groovy,
Color
baby. Speaking of groovy 70s feel, Chio Tairyu, I do want to say hi, I wanted to give a shout out to him because I love that he keeps the sideburns. It just nobody does that these
Yeah.
days, like that old school like 80s 80s sumo feel, like where dude just had like straight fucking chops like, and
I
like the
would
sideburns would be like out to here.
I would too if I was a professional, because that's the only facial hair you're allowed. So I'd be like, I'm gonna grow it
Run it.
if I can.
Yeah. That, hey, good for any American sumo wrestler. Please just give us
Give us a shot.
something, some little hint of rebellion.
Tadlock up in freaking Dallas.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he could fucking give us mean chops. I think if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You're watching, man. I know you watch us usually. Grow the chops hardcore and see.
Yes,
I think
please.
yours would look great.
Oh, brother.
Which he said he got he's gonna get he registered for Houston just to make sure you and Chad don't have a chance to win Texas State championships. He's like, if
Motherfucker.
you start that, you get 5 points at least.
I'm gonna fight my heart out. Number one for that money, but also, God, like, damn it. You know, like I said, I don't know. Your car might have a flat.
He's staying
Uh,
find a way.
I'm just
Eric, you
saying,
said it's like, I'm gonna find a way. I don't care.
accidents happen. I don't know. You might be late. You might be late, and you might have to get on a Greyhound. And
Okay.
um,
Okay, let's go on to stuff that we enjoyed in this Basho, things that
ah,
were awesome. Uh,
I you
I'm
want to
gonna
go
go
first?
with one thing real quick because it was both. It's a nice transition. It was both. This he had both a disappointing and a freaking awesome performance, and that was Hoshoryu,
I'll
the guy
show
we're
you.
talking about. He had some of the
We're on
best
the same
throws
page.
I've seen to get, but he just got 8 because he did not look like himself most of this freaking tournament.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
it was kind of bugging me. I mean, we're huge fans of him, and
yes,
it was really I would go into every day being like, "Woo, all right, he'll show you's up," and then somebody would just catch him. Like, I mean, his touch eyes were getting a little weird.
they were sloppy. It
Uh,
wasn't that it wasn't coming off the line. They were sloppy
they
looking.
were sloppy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
And I think that really it. Every time he had a sloppy touch eye, that really set the tone for the rest, and he would get just caught up, and it was bumming me out. And but he, of course, at the end would always give. He's got that bad boy of sumo stare. He's just like,
yeah. Well,
I don't
his
know.
I like I said, he had some great, amazing throws and like wins, and they came because he was losing. A lot
Yeah,
of them came because he screwed up. He was behind. The big one, I think everybody knows, is when he had what was his name? He hit the guy by the head.
Kubinage. Yes. Who did he nail? I think homeboy with the light green Kotonowaka.
Toten Walker, that's right.
Yeah.
Uh, who should have done better too? I thought. I mean, he guys.
Like, if you're gonna do a Kubinage, see, and what's his name? Tochinoshin tries for it all the time, which is terrible. He just
Yeah,
ends up
he's
he's so
not
tall.
thorough.
He just gets not. He's like, he's here, and then people are like, nope, and just drive through him.
That's
Boy,
why the move
I'll
doesn't
show
work
you.
because someone has to be here for you to be in that position.
Yeah,
And if
yeah,
they know how to push up, which professional sumo
yeah.
wrestlers know how to do.
Oh, my bad. Hoshoryu did it to Shodai. My
Oh,
bad.
that's right. It was Shodai.
Shodai.
Shodai's the one to flip in the air with that throw.
Boy, and he made that Kubinage look good. Most of the time, Kubinages look very desperate, and then both of you guys end up falling. No, no, no. Full follow through, stayed on his feet. He went, wow, Hoshoryu, Shodai flipped upside down. I mean, he ended up looking like he was throwing a baseball. Like, that's how sick it was. Oh, that one was beautiful. I was like that. I think I said it on Breakfast on a Basho. I was like, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Kubinage. Like,
Yeah.
none of this like, and we both fall kind of thing. Like, no, he followed all the way through, only lifted up just one leg to follow all the way through, and then stood right back up like, well, gotcha. Oh, that was
It
sick.
was a fantastic throw, but it was also terrible touch shot. They got him in that position to begin with, and that's why
It,
he's both in between for me as oppressive performance and also disappointing at the same time.
yeah, I'll say my one that just that really impressed me with his consistent, unrelenting tachi for his size was Midori Fuji. Hands down, I really enjoyed watching Midori Fuji this tournament. Midori Fuji beat Hoshoryu with that tachi, and he never like it didn't matter the size of the guy. Midori Fuji's a pretty, fairly small guy, but if I were to ever show video of how to do a solid tachi, and it didn't matter if it was like the biggest dude, like I mean he beat no show today with a solid tachi. He like I'm a champion of the smaller guys. Like he like and I sometimes really I wish that guys like Inho would be fearless in hitting with with a solid tachi and then following up. Midori Fuji, small guy crew, little thick boys, fucking just he was just consistently he was dope. He was dope. Like and I would say, I mean, of course, we love Waka Takakage, Hoshoryu, all these other, and Tobizaru had an amazing tournament, but I had to give it to Midori Fuji for his consistency and his clean ass,
Is that your? I'm sorry. Is that your fighting spirit award? I feel like that's where you're leading up to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because the way you're doing it, I was like, there it is.
I mean, yes. He just excited me this Basho.
I would like to say because you talked about little guys. There is a good 2-part program on Sumo Punx about lightweight wrestlers.
Oh.
And it's fantastic. Go watch it.
I need to check that out.
You have one issue, and that's this. I know they're short, but comparing them, they're more like medium weight guys. A lot of these guys that y'all call lightweights.
We say they're tiny, but comparatively,
he's barely over 200 pounds. He's a true lightweight. He's giving up 40 to 60 pounds on those guys.
Yeah.
So that's my thing with that. I'm like, I get that they're short, but if you're 260, I don't call you a lightweight. I don't care what. I don't care what sumo.
It's relative because when you see, yes, to an average human being, if I met Midori Fuji on the street or Koto Eko on the street, I'd be like, damn, that dude's fucking jacked. Like,
but I'm just saying, as long as Inho is still wrestling, that's lightweight for me. That's a lightweight. That's a person who's actually like a small guy. He's the average human size. You know what I mean? He's 200 pounds and like 5'6". I mean, he's freaking. He's tiny, short wise, and he's not like big. I think if he wasn't doing sumo, he'd probably be like 180 to 170, kind of like your size. If he wasn't like doing sumo. And so that to me is a lightweight guy. If you're 260, I'm like, I'm not gonna call you a lightweight.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know. Comparatively,
that's just my thought on the matter. Because I was listening to the lightweight stuff on Sumo Punx, why I brought it up, and they were calling all these guys lightweight. And I'm like, I just don't see them as lightweights. I don't care how short they are. It just doesn't feel like a lightweight.
Light adjacent.
Light adjacent. Shit. If they were in amateur sumo, a lot of those guys would be heavyweight. Isn't that crazy? Because they're like 256, 258, 260.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I didn't think about that till now. But yeah, a lot of them would be considered heavyweights in freaking amateur sumo.
Well, I would, most of those guys at like 260 probably would just like
drop a few pounds to be a light heavy.
Exactly. And then they'd just be murdering light heavy.
Because that'd be the same thing with Inho. Right now, technically, he would be a middleweight, but you know that if he was an amateur, he would drop a few. He probably wouldn't be too hard
I
to
would
drop a few
not
pounds to
want
get.
to be. I would not want to fight him.
Oh, he's so good. He's
Lightweight.
still so good. I
There's
don't
a
care if
video
he's
out
great.
there
He
of
still
him
amazes the
fighting.
shit out of me.
Yeah, there's a video of him fighting Batir in amateur.
Ooh,
Batir,
really?
yes, I've seen him versus Batir Altiev. I gotta go dig deep, but this was years ago.
Send me
But
a
yeah,
video if you find it, because I always show the Inho and the Euro Ura one. Sorry, everybody. I don't know where that went. All the
yeah.
time on this channel, which I'm gonna show it right now. Enjoy the best fucking win I've ever seen, and I would love to see that. I would love to see that. So if you find it, please show it. I would love to
Had a
watch it.
dig. I was down a rabbit hole one night and was like, whoa, wait a minute. I had to like rewind. I was like, but Inho's face is very. I mean, it looks like he has, he still has that pretty boy baby face, but it was just with the short hair, same style, and him fighting Europeans, and I was like, oh snap, that's fucking Inho. And then I had to have, I think no, I think it was I was at Texas Sake because I had to have Ari read the kanji for his actual name, and he was like, oh, she was like, yeah, that's Inho. I was like, no freaking way. It was dope. I mean, he won against Batir, but like it was like just the fact that Batir, for those who don't know amateur sumo, one of the best lightweights of all time,
Yeah, he's
from
fantastic.
Russia. If that guy ever had gotten into pro sumo, I would have been. I really wish he did pro sumo. He can't do the crazy backflips that he does, but it
Yeah.
would have been dope.
Yeah, you're right. The little guys were fun to watch this time around. Um,
Toby Zadu. Toby Zadu
the-
was dope.
I'm very excited about. We're getting to the big guys now, the guys at the top at the end of the tournament. I'm very excited that Watakai got 11 because that is a good start on his new Ozeki run. We got 11, so if he can do that 2 more times, it's 11, 2 more times in a row. Or I
Yeah.
think, what did he get last time? 9? So if he can have a fantastic one in November and have like 13 or 13 wins or something, then you go for another U show. He might actually get it in November, but I'm betting if he does it, it's gonna be like in January if he can just get like 11 a couple times.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about I'm excited about what's his name? The other Walker getting 10. That was fantastic.
Yes. He's not doing as great as Wakataka Kage, but Wakamoto Haru he got 10. And it's just good to see brothers chasing brothers. And who knows, in a magical future, we could have it be, I don't know, and this is a stretch. It's probably a stretch, but in a magical world, the two brothers being Ozekis, or at least the two brothers in Sanyaku. Like, I
It
don't
happened
know.
before. It could happen again.
I know. It would be fun. A little like a brother rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
So
cool.
we're gonna end this because we went through a lot of people that we want to talk about. I want to before I end it. Actually, I forgot. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My match. We went to the Fighting Spirit. My match, the Basho, was Kobizaru against Terano Fuji.
Yes.
That was so fantastic to watch.
Yes. We
That is
forget
my
about that
match
because
of
it
the
happened
Basho.
on day 2, but
I know
geez.
it's crazy because it's usually the last 5 days where my match of the Basho happens, but this one was just too good to pass up.
God, he was so, and he kept up that this new style that he does. I mean, he's hitting, but he's like he's hesitant to like close the gap. So and of course, I would be hesitant to close the gap with Teruno Fuji.
Yeah.
Like he was just constantly like keeping him at bay and waiting for the right time. Boom, 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 and then he shot in at the right time on Teruno Fuji, got his arms high and fuck it, and then drove him out. God, that was
so great.
I watched the slow motion a few times.
Yeah.
Just because it was that good.
That's his style. It's just that it feels new because he's more patient now. he used to like hit and move, but
Yeah,
he would
yeah,
hit and then like go right into the next move.
yeah.
Now he feels like he's
Timing.
way more patient to find that angle to win. Like,
Yes,
oh, because I said like he's like a boxer in the way he hits and then tries to move to an angle. He doesn't bounce on his feet like a boxer, which is great. You shouldn't in sumo,
yes,
but like he hits and he moves over to the left and right and trying to find an angle. But now he's way more patient with it. He's
yeah.
overly like, oh, I gotta get to it. I gotta
He's
get to it.
pro. It's almost like he's just like poking and prodding to find an opening, and then as soon as somebody, makes a wrong turn,
Yeah.
raises the wrong arm, he's like, there it is, and just goes for it.
It's like again, I'm gonna say it probably 1,000 times when I talk about him. It's like a boxer, just jabbing at someone
Right.
looking for that open. There's the open. Here's a right cross to knock your ass out.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what he
yeah.
wrestles
That's
like
a
and has
good
a lot of
analogy. That's a really
so
good analogy.
I'm going off because I wanted to end this already, and the ending we have to talk about the Ozeki we haven't talked about yet, and that is Takakeisho. Takakeisho got 10
Ah,
wins.
he did get 10 wins.
He
9 of them were amazing.
yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So I want Justin to have time to talk
To plead
about
my
how he
case.
feels about this.
Okay.
And while he
Yes.
does, people at home, you're going to watch a nice little cut of Hakuho doing this over and over again to people. So go ahead, Justin. Talk about.
You can go ahead, cue in the tiny violin. Um, I will say, over the last few years, since Asanoyama has been knocked out, I have grown quite a respect for Takakeisho's style. I have agreed with Mr. Caleb on most of his wins. I have to say, for an Ozeki, now okay, you could show Hakuho, that's fine.
Yeah, you're seeing it right now, everybody. You're seeing Hakuho.
I know, but I will say, and number one, this was day 12. Takakeisho was good. He was good because look, Matakayumi Shodai, they're doing it terrible. He just needed one more win. He was like at 7. He had 7 wins. He could have hit that man and showed him that that honor and respect. But no, he chose the easy road.
Okay, so now I'm going to show the match that got Justin into the Team USA against Trent, where he.
Oh,
Oh,
you
it's a
trolled me.
Hinka.
You trolled me.
I mean, I could do this all
Oh,
day. Everybody does it. And this is like Takeisho's first one
you're
ever
a
that I've ever seen
troll.
him do. And people gave him crap for it? Are you kidding me? Are you
Oh, you're a
kidding me?
troll.
You're giving him
Oh,
shit for doing it one time, and it's not people like you that bother me. The people, I mean, it is a little hypocritical of you because you loved all the Mongolian guys, and they all did that shit all the time. But the guys
yeah.
that bother me the most are the guys who keep going. He's one dimensional. He's one dimensional, and then you see this guy move so beautifully for a 360-pound man to just like dodge like that and do it at the right time because while Hokuto Fuji had a freaking great tournament, his head was low most of the time.
Yeah,
And
he did.
even this last day, he lost the last one and didn't get an outstanding performance award. Fighting spirit. He was supposed to get a fighting spirit, but he didn't get it because he lost this last match because his head was too low, and he lost to Daisho, who was sucking this entire time. So to read that, I thought was beautiful. What I thought was even more beautiful than Takakeisho's Hinka, was the fact that everybody was like upset about it, and so he was obviously like the next day, like, okay, I have to go out hard the next day, and then on day 13, and then like Wartai Kai going, oh, he's gonna come at me really hard.
Yeah.
I thought that was even smarter in my opinion. It's like thinking he's gonna come at me so hard because everybody gave him shit for this.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, just a thunderous, Tachiai, and then let's see who's the better tactician. No,
I understand.
no, that didn't
Understand.
happen.
Like back in 2016, Hakuho did it to who was it? It was another Yokozuna. So it was
I remember it. I do remember it.
And to win the Basho, he did it.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody.
I think
all I
they
ever
were
think
throwing
was
cushions for that shit. Yeah.
every time I see someone do that, I just think, God, you're smart. That was so freaking clever. I never think of it as a shitty thing, in my opinion. But that's me. I think the Hink is really impressive because I guess because it taught me. In fact, it was Justin who taught me. When I came out and just killed people, it was Justin that went, this guy's head's too low. And that's why he's beating everybody off the Tachi. And he started doing that to me until I corrected it. And so to me, the Hinka is very important because guys like Justin would have a hard time against guys like me if that wasn't a thing I have to worry about every time I do a Tachi.
Yeah. All right. You have your case well. You've played your case well, sir.
I know that's not going to make everybody. I know I argued with some people online about this too. If you don't like him, I don't care that you don't like Takakeisho. They're like, well, you're just upset because you like Takakeisho. No. You don't sound smart when you call him one-dimensional. You have no idea how hard it is.
I have never.
Top. No, not you.
Okay, I was like,
how hard it is. You've been in the ring. How hard that timing is to fucking push people out. How hard it is to get in that position, especially with someone like Takakeisho who does it all the time. So you know he's going to do it, and yet he still forces it on you. Is amazing. Yeah. Amazing technique. If you don't like it, fine. Don't like him. There's plenty of people I don't like, but shit. Don't call him one-dimensional. Don't call him out of shape. That bothers me too. I don't understand why. Like they don't go through the workouts he goes through.
Yeah, you got a bunch of out of shape people talking about he's out of shape.
Yeah, and like, oh, he breathes hard.
Try one day of his Keiko.
I've never seen anyone not breathe hard after a sumo match. They all breathe hard after a sumo match.
Yeah,
he's got those lips that fucking vibrate when he breathes hard.
I think he just makes it look because it's so exaggerated, his features are so exaggerated.
Yeah, his features
it makes it look like
the lips vibrate when he breathes. And that's why people notice it more on him. But I don't like when people call him out of shape. I mean, I guess he's fat, but he's also really fucking strong in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our Basho. We'll be back. We'll try to do something from when he's in Japan if we can. That'd be fun.
We will.
We're definitely gonna have shit in November because we have another Basho in November, and we have me and Justin's last amateur sumo match, the Texas Open, in that time. We also are trying to do
racking up my points. I'm getting my points.
Do the breakfast Basho. We're trying to do the
breakfast points, Jared.
Basho Justin's doing now, and I'm going to try next year to add more stuff. Sake&Sumo is going to be trying to become more of a thing. We want this to be a little bit more side gig that we've been doing. Yeah,
we are a thing.
We are a thing. So watch out for us and get your sumo on, guys. Get your sumo on.
Don't hinka.